So today, guys, we are going to be talking about how to get the new name chest piece, the Henri chest piece that all of you guys have been looking for. Well, first off, you guys know you guys can get a few of them hopefully from your seasonal track. So if you head over to seasons, you should have gotten some just by doing the seasonal track. If you have the seasonal pass, you might have got some more because you know they have year 5 season 1 broken wing caches that contain some of the current materials. And if you don't, at least you would have gotten a few just from doing your season. Now, if you're watching this video after the season, or if you haven't got the roll that you wanted, well, how can you get it? Well, let's talk about the chest piece first. So the chest piece, what does it do? Why is it so good? Why do people want it? So the first piece gives you 10% status effects. The second piece, 20% shock resistance. A lot of people are running 2 pieces because it does give you that 20% shock resistance. And you guys know with the new exotic weapon, well, it's kind of helping out, especially if you can get to that 90%. Now, typically you don't see it like this. This is typically what everybody's trying to go for right now, but you typically don't see this. So this has armor, crit chance, crit damage, perfect companion while you are within 10 meters of an ally or skill. Total weapon damage is increased by 20%. Now, we do know that when you pair it up with the backpack, it's kind of bugging out. It's doing some crazy things. They even put it in the known issues board. They're trying to figure out what's going on with it because the numbers that it gives you start to get pretty crazy. And it's not even close to even your all red builds with glass. Like, it's pretty crazy to see what this is doing. But obviously they are working on that. But a lot of people want this, and I still think this will be very viable once they fix it. So usually the way it rolls is something more like this with skill haste, maybe a red roll, maybe 2 yellow rolls. Like this one had crit damage, crit chance, but you always get the skill tier. Now, what a lot of people are looking for are something like this that has hazard protection, crit chance, and then you can roll armor, or they're looking for the one that you guys just saw up top, which had crit chance, crit damage, and then I rolled armor. Spent a lot of materials to get this max, but this is what a lot of people are going for because they want to be able to roll that core attribute to either armor or weapon damage. Now, what did I do to farm more of these? Because none of these came like this out of my seasonal track. Well, let's talk about the first way. So the first way I recommend you guys to do it is, I think it's a really good way, is countdown. Reason why countdown is because you can target farm it, right? You see the brand set, just put the brand set and then go in there. And the cool thing about countdown is you're gonna end up getting this from a lot of different ways. Like just playing the mission, I wanna say playing one countdown, I usually walk away with maybe 3, 4, 5 of them. Regular red NPCs, the non-named NPCs, the named NPCs, even the caches sometimes drop it. So ideally, this is probably going to be my #1 way to do it. Just go to your targeted farm and then select your target loot selection right here and then select the brand set. The cool thing about that is if you guys want to play something else and you don't want to do countdown, you also have summit, and summit you can do the same thing. You can go in there, farm it over and over, and hopefully you get it. Now, another way you guys can do it is you guys can look in the open world for the brand set. And if you notice, today was actually the dark zone. So if you ever see it in the dark zone, I think that's always a really good, because remember, anytime you get a new item or you get a brand set in here and say there's a named item attached to it, if you just go around hitting the landmarks, you can just farm all the landmarks over and over and over, and then they constantly just will start to pop up. It's not like when you're farming these control points, once you finish them, you have to reset them. These will automatically reset in here. So if you're looking for a specific brand set, that would be ideally another way you could do it. Now remember, the big thing is though, you do have only 3 extractions. So you have to extract your items. Sometimes you have a dead, like a really empty dead DZ. Sometimes it's popping and people are gonna come for your stuff. So that's the downfall for it. If you don't wanna risk losing your item from the dark zone, that's where I say head over to countdown, and that's going to be the best place. That's where I got mine. I was lucky enough, I did countdown for maybe a whole day, and I ended up getting the 2 that I needed, one with hazard protection and then 2 red rolls, and then I put armor on the top of both of them and maxed them out. But that's personally what I would recommend, is farm countdown, or if you see it in the dark zone, that'd be good too. I mean, you can try the open world if you ever see it, but I'll tell you, it's just once you finish those 2 activities or you finish those control points, then you got to farm it over. So countdown would be my #1 way. My second way, if you see it in the dark zone. Third will be the open world if you see it anywhere here. Another way you guys can get it if you guys are playing it during the same season is if you spend your countdown resources on these year 5 season 1 broken wing caches that are at the countdown vendor. Now, if you're not watching this video during the current season, well, this won't be here. This will be whatever season 2 or whatever season we're in. But since we're in year 5 season 1, this is where you guys can get it too. And then if you guys like playing the global event, same thing. They should have one right there that you name caches. Those name caches have a chance of dropping that item. That's pretty much it, guys. We are going to wrap up the video here. If you guys are looking for this chest piece, well, that is going to be the best way. I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. Hey, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.